The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess was a beauty, lovely landscapes, Gorons, Zoras, abnormally short children. Ha! Yeah, and glitches. Hey guys, Expressions here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you a whole bunch of glitches in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Ever since its release in 2006, this game has been broken countless times by countless people. There are a lot of tricks, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to do 10 of them. They range from really easy ones that you can figure out within minutes to ones that may take you hours to figure out in practice. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. For those of you that have played Ocarina of Time, I'm sure you remember this scene when Darunia starts dancing for you when you start playing Saria's song. Oh, the memories. Anyway, believe it or not, it's actually really easy to do this in Twilight Princess sitting at level 1 difficulty. The requirements that you have to have the fire temple complete. There are no item requirements. Head to any of the Gorons that helps bring you up somewhere. Talk to them and choose the yes option when they ask if you want to go up. Make sure they are facing the wall, otherwise this will not work. Do not get on top of him, as you can't get off until he springs. Walk a few feet away so that it starts to make him shake. Once he's shaking, get to the side of him and ready your shield. He will bounce up, and when he does and stand back up, his legs should be dancing. You can enjoy the wave of nostalgia. Our second trick of the video is the long jump attack, coming in a difficulty level of 2. In terms of items needed for this glitch, all you need is the Gale Boomerang obtained at the Forest Temple, as well as a sword. Note, this trick is only available on the GameCube version of the game. It will not work on the Wii. We will be doing this trick in the Forest Temple, as it is a very important place to do during a speedrun, which is how this trick was discovered. This trick works when Link targets either something over a void, or something in contact with ground at a higher elevation than he is. Here's an amazing animation of what it looks like from the side. I must say it is a work of art. As you see, Link jumps as the gales over the void, making him go zoom. I'm just heading back to the room where we do the LJA. Here's a little one, just to speed things up a little bit. Alright, here we are. We're going to be jumping onto those monkey pads. Thank God they made those solid surfaces, otherwise this would not work. It is not too precise where you throw the boomerang, just make sure it's not too far right when it comes back, so when you perform the jump, you make it to the platforms. Do a couple jump attacks, get to a higher elevation, aim your boomerang at these vines over here on the left side. Release the boomerang, and go ahead and do your jump attack, and if you are all lined up correctly, you should make it to the boss door. This trick is a small one and another really easy one coming in at a level 3 difficulty. It is the early city in the sky trick. Go to the statue that you would have needed to complete the mini drag quest to get past at the basement at Kakariko Village. In order to do this trick, you will need one thing. You have to have the ability to transform into wolf, which means you have to have gotten the Master Sword legitimately, or at least be at that point in the story. Head down to the statue and start sidestepping until both of Link's feet are on the pedestal. At that point, you want to quickly bring up Midna and transform into Wolf, and if you did this correctly, you should clip right through the statue. One thing to note, it's very easy to soft lock the game depending on what point of the game you are at. This next trick is a more difficult one that requires more setup, making it a level 4. The setup is easier than others later on, which is why it is lower on the list. This glitch can be done literally 30 seconds in starting a new game. All that is required for this trick is this big boulder that can be found right here. Pick it up and head to the lock gate at the end of the path. Line Link's head up with the side of the flower as I am doing so, and angle yourself as so. You're going to be using the rock to clip into the fence. Once you add into the fence, you will want to roll towards the gate and Link should bonk, making him fall down on the other side of the bridge. And may be wondering what to do from here. Well, stick around till later and I will show you what you can do. Have you ever been thinking, man, I could go for some really nice beach relaxation, but a stupid fucking gate is blocking the way? And not only that, but there's Twilight. Well, they'll have a solution for you. Using Gate Clip, you can get through that pesky gate and enjoy the summer sun. Early Lake Hylia is a level 5 glitch. All you need to do this is Epona, and obviously access to the gate. You want to get right Epona over to this gate, go ahead and kill the Bokolbins just hanging out trying to disrupt our Reach of Time fun. Alright, once they're taken care of, go ahead and get to this corner, and from there back up to her in this position. There should be a little bit of space between Epona's hips and the gate. All you need to do is start rolling like your life depended on it, until you clip through the gate, and once you breach, you can go ahead and explore. Because you really should not be here. The next trick is probably one of my favorites, and that is Map Glitch. Coming in at a level 6, things are starting to get a bit more advanced, but not too terrible yet. To this trick, you need to have received the Massive Sword. What this glitch does is simply unload all the loading zones, which has many weird results. To do this, you need to press the button to open your map and talk to Midnight at the exact same time. And if you do this correctly, your map will open first. You will need to turn on the portals and select anywhere. If you do it correctly, Midnight will interrupt your warp and talk to you, and voila! Loading zones are unloaded. This is technically a frame perfect trick, but there's a really easy way to do this. Unload your controller, press the 2 buttons, and then plug the controller back in. This has an almost 100% success rate. Go ahead and explore to your heart's content. I had a lot of fun and had a bunch of clips I was not able to put in this video. Alright, now to the big boy tricks. This trick is a level 7 trick, and it is back in time. This trick has 2 big things that you can do with it, but let's start with explaining how to do it. The easiest place to do it is right in the Ordon bridge after doing Gate Clip, which I showed you earlier, which is rather convenient for a speedrun. But you can also do it at Arbiter's grounds. You will want to get to the spot on the bridge and drop down. About half of the spot should be inside the wall. Now to perform the trick, you will want to drop and open your map at the exact same time. Do this by pressing A and right the D-pad simultaneously. Once the map is open, press B twice until the map is full screened, and from here you want to do a hard reset. Do this by pressing X, B, and start in this order, which should make you reset in the exact same frame that you void out, which is required to do this glitch. This is frame perfect, so you may want to use save states, or if you're not using an emulator, save in the Farron Wood so you can quickly walk back to the loading zone and get to the bridge in half a second. If done correctly, you should load on the bridge. From here, you want to jump off the bridge to gain control of Link normal. From here, you can do one of 2 things. First thing is what you would do for a speedrun. You save from the title screen onto the file, and if you do this at the very beginning, you will gain the Highland Shield and the Ordon Sword early. This also puts Ordon in an advanced state, which can cause complications later, but I will explain how to fix those later on in the video. The alternative, which is more fun, is you can jump off again to kill yourself. This will load the Bokolbin 1 fight. But the thing is that you are not on the horse, and not only that, there are no Bokolbins in this scene. And a camera has to fling all the way back to Link. You want to die again, and this will load the fight as normal. Everything is normal until we get back to the village and we get this. The normal cutscene is playing, but it is far from normal. We are in the frickin' Twilight. The music of Colin and the Twilight are overlapping each other, which is just completely creepy. After this, you can explore around a bit, but you have to be careful because the game is in a very unstable point and does not know what to do with itself. Now for some honorable mentions. If you had the early Master Sword and go to the Forest Temple as Wolf and try to jump on the monkeys, this happens. And when you jump off, you void out. Because I guess Nintendo does not like you playing with monkeys, I guess. Also, if you kill the Ababa as Wolf, then the camera actually glitches out and this soft locks game you cannot do anything. You can also get to the Gale Boomerang mini-boss early by doing this trick. Finally, you can be cruel to hawks that you always play with as kids. Head to this spot, and if you aim the hawk here and release it, it will actually get stuck trying to fly away. Definitely an amazing way to treat your hawk friend. The next trick is when things start to get more difficult and require more steps to pull off. This glitch has a lot of requirements and setup, putting it at a level 8. To pull off this trick, you need to have access to Isa's minigame, as well as Plum's minigame and the claw shots. You will want to start off by heading over to Plum's minigame. Start as normal, but instead of playing the game, run straight into the wall and sending you to the end, and choose no when asked if you want to try again. Just head straight into the water and ready your claw shots. In order to move, hold left target, and start heading straight towards this wall. On the right side, you should see a bend, and from there, if you keep targeting straight, you should clip right through the wall. From here, you want to swim until you void out. The game will think that you were in the game and failed, so Plum will give Human Link the option to try over again. Choose yes. This will put Human Link in the game even though he is not loaded, as he is not supposed to be in there. From there, fail again. This will spawn you out of bounds, but this time in Isa's game. Transform into the wolf and jump into the water. Just like Link should not be on Plum's minigame, Wolf Link should not be in Isa's minigame, resulting in some pretty funny rendering of Link. From here, choose yes if you want to restart, and you'll be put outside the game as Wolf. Simply teleport away and there you go. Infinite bomb arrows. You can unequip and equip all you want, they will not disappear until you save and quit. Now you can go ahead and enjoy some fireworks. This trick is a very extremely difficult one to pull off, which is why I have it at level 9. There are 2 reasons you will want to do this, but I will only be covering the important one. If you previously did back in time at the beginning of the game and stayed over your save giving you the Hylian shield and the sword early, you will be unable to get there normally, as Ordon is in an advanced state, as if you had just got an opponent back from the Bokoblins. So as a result, you would have to do this trick. Head this way and grab the attention of this Bokoblin. Lure him across the bridge over to the wall of Twilight. There's a very clear line, as well as a white dot in sense mode. You are going to need to put the Bokoblin between these two spots. The difficult part comes in the controlling the Bokoblin, as most of the times he will want to attack you. The timing of the trick is also important. If you cross the line I previously showed you, Midna will yell at you to tell you to go back and get the sword and shield. When the Bokoblin is in position, jump backwards, press A to do a jump attack. The timing to do the second jump is when you are at the end of the slide, right before the line, and it should make you do a long jump attack if you time it correctly. It'll jump you over the first loading zone, getting you into the second loading zone, which will bring you into the Twilight, skipping the sword and shield segment. The final trick is the hardest one to pull off. This trick is early master sword at a level 10. Though it is the hardest, it is one of the funnest and coolest to pull off. All you need to do for this trick is be at the beginning of the game and progress to the part where you're collecting bugs in the Fair and Twilight. Go to the shadow beast by the temple and lure one over to this wall. From there, head to the opposite side and you will want to line Wolflink's nose up with this route that I have highlighted. There are two types of attacks a shadow beast can do, a fast one and a slow one, and you will want the slow one. When the beast starts to raise his hand, hold B to charge your attack. And when the hand at the peak of the attack, let go of B. If you have everything correct, Link will launch up, landing out of bounds on the ledge above. From here, you can take the path as shown and jump onto the ledge and get the sword as normal. Well, relatively normal. Here is one more time at full speed. I showed you a lot of tricks and glitches today, some easier than others, and some making you want to pull your hair out. All of these are possible and I encourage all of you to give them a try, as some can be pulled off within a couple minutes. Let me know if you have any troubles and I can try and help and maybe make a more detailed video on something if you'd like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please consider hitting subscribe. Oh my gosh, I cannot take Link without a body seriously.